All joking aside.
Yeah.
He been disrespectful.
Nah,
the way he said it was disrespectful.
No. I wanted to lead into it and break the ice because there's an elephant in the room.
But you got to
This is one of the best fighters in the world, and something happened to him that I feel like happens to a lot of fighters, which is not fair to them, which is they are trying to follow protocol. They work with companies and people that are supposed to have their best interests at heart. Now, yes, it's still up to them to keep and follow the line, but sometimes it's not their fault. And I kind of want to just break this down off the break. What happened?
So, like, I mean, I can't, at the moment, I'm not in the position to give, like, the maximum amount of, like, details.
No worries.
I guess, like, in short, the best thing that I can say is that, yeah, as an athlete, I need to have the proper nutrition. I need to have, you know, the proper training, just everything to be in the best physical shape that I can be in. With that and without having the knowledge, I chose to outsource my supplements, and I trusted a company who helped, you know, make sure that I was taking the right things, knowing exactly that I'm a UFC fighter, that I'm under, you know, protocols, things like that. So, I was given something that I wasn't supposed to be given. You know what I mean? And once I found out, I immediately alerted the UFC and told them, like, hey, this is the situation. And since then, it's just been a whirlwind and a headache and a lot of many other things to try to just make this right.
Do you regret
you know what I
telling
mean?
them? Do you regret telling them?
No, absolutely not. No, I'm actually very happy that I reached out to them as soon as I found out, because otherwise, like, if I didn't tell them, then I would have had to wait, and then my, you know, test would have came up, and then I would have got suspended, or I would have fought and it been in my system. You know what I mean? Like, so it just, this is the truth of how it happened. So I'm glad that I just like went right after it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Hey, this is the situation. And then they understood. And, you know, obviously there's still a form of breaking the rules. So I had to get like a 2-month penalty for it.
So we're hearing that there's a suspension in one state, and then there's a UFC suspension, or there's just an in general suspension. You don't have to go into too detail, but how does the actual suspension process work now?
So UFC, because because my test did come back positive for DHEA, which is also non-performance enhancing. If you look into it,
it's like a over-the-counter vitamin.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of people, like, from what I saw, I never knew what it was. You know, like, even before then. So,
to be clear, that it's a non-performance enhancing supplement.
Yes.
Same thing Bobby Green tested positive for over a vitamin.
Yeah.
Something you could get at Walmart.
Yeah. So I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that I was being given that. So, yeah, anyway, doesn't do anything to performance from what I've read. But UFC still had to issue me a 2-month suspension minimum. So because I was booked to fight in Nevada, Nevada State had to also issue a separate suspension.
Wow.
The Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Wow.
So that just limits me from fighting any combat sports or any sanctioned, you know what I mean, sanctioned events. So
in Nevada only or anywhere?
From my understanding, if it gets issued in Nevada, it's just not like it's just maybe technically I could fight in another state, but I'd imagine it's frowned upon, which is understandable. Yeah. You know, it's almost disrespectful. Like if the UFC were to book me in Texas instead, it's almost like disrespectful to Nevada. You know what I mean? So I understand that part, you know, but it is very unfortunate.
Hey, is Viagra still bannable?
I'd imagine I think it's more about like what's in it, right? Like how many different ingredients are in it, and there's probably one in there that is banned. So like the whole thing itself probably shouldn't be.
There goes your dream of being an MMA fighter.
Why is that?
Because you be popping Viagra's like M&Ms.
Look like a Viagra with that blue hat on.
Oh, damn.
Who you talking to?
Damn,
Yeah,
he had that one loaded. Actually,
yeah.
you can't have that loaded because who was talking about Viagra?
Right.
Hey, I give you a solid star for that one.
Oh.
That's a solid gold star.
Yeah, that was a good one.